So we had a party on the yacht last night here in Monaco, and we invited Prince Albert to come, and he came with his entourage, and I had a really good conversation with him about the idea of democratizing wealth, and I gave him a copy of my book, Go Do Deals, which I signed for him as well, and we really talked about the threat to civil society of the levels of inequality that we have in the world right now, and the fact that politicians only seem to have one solution, which is to take money from people who work and give it to people who don't, which doesn't really give the people that are receiving the money any kind of sense of purpose, and it doesn't really create a fair play for entrepreneurs that are creating value and solving some of the biggest problems we have in society. And I just think there's a smarter way of approaching it, and the challenge that we really have is that all the money in the world is kind of stuck in hot sandy places and is being traded in derivatives. It's not finding its way into the general economy. If you look at the general economy in most mature economies, you'll see that you have about 50% of GDP coming from small to medium-sized businesses, but small to medium-sized businesses can't raise money. Banks won't lend it to you unless you bet your house. VCs aren't interested unless you have some hockey stick growth curve. PE firms really kick in at 100 million plus. So pretty much all that value is being left on the table, and I think if you could reconnect money to small business, so if you could create small business as an asset class, you would go a long way toward democratizing wealth, because effectively you would be parachuting cash into the place. Now, people always talk about rich people being the problem, but here's just a really simple example. If you took the Sunday Times rich list, which is the 2,000 richest people in the UK, and you executed them all and took all of their money, you'd cover the UK's budget for about 9 months. If you look at the top 200 asset managers globally, they control $92 trillion, and they pride themselves on how well diversified their investments are, from real estate to equities to debt to gold and silver and all these different asset classes, but they have zero invested in SMEs, and SMEs are half the economy. So why is all that value being left on the table?